What is up, everyone? Today we're going to have a little fun. We're going to be submitting some cards to CSG, which is Certified Sports Guaranty. It's a card grader, and we're going to submit 7 cards over, and I figured since I'm doing it anyways, let's do a how-to video. So that's what we're going to do. Let's head over to the computer, take a look. We'll figure out what their offerings are and what CSG is all about. I'll also show you how I submit them. So should be fun, should be fun. So here we are, csgcards.com. And let's just get right into their card grading. So let's go submit. We'll see what they have to offer. Service and fees. Service and fees. Okay, so here are their price. Here's the price schedule. We're not going to go into unlimited, but they do have an unlimited walkthrough. Cards valued up to 50,000 and higher. But they have a walkthrough here. We'll go the ones that we're worried about is the Express, Standard, Economy, and Bulk, because those are the ones that we're going to be mailing in. So they have an offering for Express. It says that the value of the card can't exceed $10,000. The fee per card is $56, and they have a 3-day working day turnaround time. And then it's actually giving you instructions on what you're going to have to put on the box. So this is a little bit different than any of the other graders that we've done in the past. You have to write something on the box. In this case, we have to write EX to show that this is going in the Express category. They also offer a Standard, which is for cards that have a value of $1,000 or less. Price is a lot cheaper, about half, $28, 7-day turnaround, and then we have to put an ST in large bold letters on the box. We have an Economy, which is for cards that are $500 or less, and price shrinks down to $20 a card, and they have a 10-day turnaround. And then they have a Bulk, $25 or 25 cards or more, and values can't exceed $250. But because you're submitting in bulk, you get that small price of $12 a card and 20-day turnaround, which is not bad. It's not bad. So prices aren't bad. Turnaround time's not bad. I've used CSG in the past. You know, some people like them, some people don't. I personally really like them. They're probably one of my favorites when it comes to the plastic that they use. They used to have a label that people didn't like. It was a big green label and people did not care for it. Didn't bother me that much, but I could see why people didn't like it. They've since switched that label, and I think people are more in favor of the new label. But today we're going to be submitting 7 cards, and we're going to do the Economy one. 10-day turnaround's not too bad. We'll go 7 cards at $20 a card, maybe 6 cards, because one of the cards I don't know if I want to submit anymore. So that's what they have to offer. As far as add-on services, they will certify autographs. So plus you have to add $2 for that. Pedigree can be added to certification labels to indicate a card's past or present ownership. To pedigree a card to a previous owner, the collector or collection must be considered to be significant by CSG, and sufficient documentation must be provided to confirm the requested pedigree. This isn't something that we're going to do, but it's an additional $5. Crossover, we've always heard this. There's not too many people that are crossing over to CSG, but there are some, especially if they want to keep their collection all in the same grader slabs. So crossover, if you want to submit from PSA or Beckett or SGC over to a CSG, you can do that, and it says according to tier price. And then CSG thick holders. So if there's a card that's thicker than the normal card, we have to add $5 on here. We have one of our cards that is a thicker card. I don't have great luck with thick cards. Even if I think I'm going to get hammered on them, I get hammered even worse. So we'll see if that continues here. And then reholders, we have $10 for reholding, and high value reholders $30, 15-day turnaround for both. And they do offer premium high-res imaging. I'm not going to get this. I've done it in the past. I don't utilize it. I guess you could utilize it for when you're selling your cards, you have the image from there, but I take my own photos. I have no problem taking my own photos. So it's a 10-day working schedule plus the tier. So not my thing. We're not going to do that here. But that's all the services. I think that's all we really need to do. So let's get into submitting our cards, and you can see what that process looks like. We're going to do UFC cards, which I don't think we talk too much traditional UFC cards on this channel, but I love the UFC. So here we go. We're going to go to, I have signed into my account. There are premium accounts and a free account. I have the free account, so I'm not going to get any discounts. But we're gonna go into, I believe, submission forms. Okay, they do show right here, upgrade to Elite to get 10% off most CSG grading. I don't have that. So what we're gonna do is we are going to look for online form. Online form. Have some previous orders here. I did one bulk before, it's on the channel. So you can see that if you want to see those reveals, but we're going to start a new order. So we'll click start new order. They have mail-in or show drop-off or show on-site grading. It doesn't give us the show on-site because that's not what they're doing right now, but we're going to have automatically selected for us mail-in because that's what we're going to be doing. Then we have a couple options here, or a few options here. We have grading, crossover, reholder, mechanical error, return. We're going to select grading because that's what we're going to do. We got an online waiver and consent to remove collectibles from holders. So this isn't applied to us, but this is more for crossover transactions. So if I have a PSA and I want to submit it over to CSG, we can do it, but we have to agree that we're going to assume all the risk. Because I don't know if you've seen the news stories with some of these cards that people break them out of their previous holder and then they resubmit them, and then that new grader says this card has been trimmed and we can no longer certify this. You can lose ridiculous amounts of value. So they want everyone to know there's a chance with cracking your previously slabbed card, and when they do that, that could void, that actually voids the authentication of the previous grader. So we're gonna agree because it doesn't matter for us. Now we're going to select here bulk, economy, standard, express, walkthrough. So you want to just make sure that your cards fall within the price limits, and then you're worried about time turnaround. So in this case, we're going with that $20. All of ours should be under $500. So we're going to go $20 a card, economy, and this gives us, I believe, a 10-day turnaround. So we'll click that. We are going to bypass the high res. It's $5 per card. I don't really want to spend another 35 bucks on imaging. So we're going to get right into adding our cards. I have 7 cards. I'm only going to probably do 2. One where we can easily find the card, and one where we have to manually put it in. So we're going to do a simple base card. We have a, what is it? 2022 Patty Pimlet rookie card, Prism, just base. So it's going to be very, very easy for us to find this card. We're looking for number 88. So it says on here, enter player's name, card number, manufacturer, set name. So sometimes you can just get away with putting their name and their number, and we have everything we need. And then we're going to go 88. And there we got it. 2022 Panini Prism. You have all the different ones that have been submitted already. And we're just going to go to this very bottom one because it's the base. There's no additional add-ons. So very simple right here. It's going to say declared value. We're going to say $5. Nothing crazy. We also have 3 options. We've talked about this in the previous screen. This is where we can add on our add-ons. So thick holder, autograph, pedigree. In this case, none of these apply. So we're just going to say add sports card. And we have our Patty Pimlet right there. So we're going to do one more card, and then I will skip through the other ones because I can do that without you being on here. You'll get the gist of how this is. The next one we're going to do is Shavkat. And it is an octagon side prism, and I believe we're gonna have trouble finding it, so let's try it out. It's a 2022, so we have Shavkat, and we have some options here, but these are all prism. There are some selects. I do not see the card number that I need here. So 294 for a select. They have 84, 336, and yeah, another 84. So I'm going to type in 294 just to double check, and it says I can't find my card. So what do we do? Not a problem. We're going to put I can't find my card, and now we're going to manually put this in. I'm going to say this is maybe a $100 card, maybe it's more, but we should be good here. We're going to select sport, MMA, the year. So you look at the very back of the card on the bottom, it usually has the year, and this is a 2022. Manufacturer, although it says select, the manufacturer is Panini America. Player, or in this case fighter, is Shavkat. Romanov. And then we are going to do card number. Card number is 294. Set name. This is an octagon side, so we're going to just put octagon. Oh, this is no, I'm sorry. Set name is going to be select. Select, that's the main one. Subset is going to be octagon side. Is it O or A? Octagon side. Sorry, couldn't think of how to spell octagon. And then attribute. You can click these little question marks to kind of see if there's anything specific that they're looking for that's saying the color, like blues or X factors or red ice or anything like that. In this case, this is a prism, so I'm just going to put prism in here. And I don't have any additional attribute. CSG, I believe, does not add the serial number, so if this is a number card, you could probably put serial number in here as an attribute too, but I don't think they put it on the label, so it's not really going to matter. This is not a thick card, no autograph, no pedigree needed, so we're just going to click Add Sports Card. And there we go. So we have our patty, and now we have our shop cot. And that's how you manually add a card. So I'm going to add the other ones in right now. You don't have to see that. We'll be back shortly, and we'll go to the rest of this. So we're going to pause right here. Okay, so we are done. We've added all 7 cards. And now we're going to finish this up. So once all the cards are added, we have our subtotal here, $150. We are going to go to review cart. So it breaks down everything, itemizes everything, 7 grading cards, $140. We have a thick card holder, just one, $5, a handling, $5, and the shipping is a TBD. So we'll see what that is. We're going to go down to choose shipping method. We can either do prepaid FedEx, or we can ship on our own or drop off. I'm going to ship on my own, so we're going to select that, and we're going to select choose return shipping. Okay, now we are at the section where we need to select how we would like the cards shipped back to us. There is some information on the above part of this page, but it's all my personal information. So instead of me having to mask a whole bunch of information, we're just going to mask my phone number and email. A lot easier. But at the very bottom, we have some stuff that we need to select. So how should we send your order back to you? We're going to select ship with CSG, select from the shipping options provided by CSG. If you have your own account with FedEx or USPS or UPS, then you can select the second box over there and then enter your account number, all that kind of stuff. But we're just going to have CSG do their thing. And these are the options that they have. Which service do you want to use? Ground, overnight. I'm not in a rush on here, so we're going to just go ground, $25 opposed to $135. This is not an emergency. We will now enter our payment. Okay, now we're at the section where we're going to make our payment. There is a little information on top. It's just verifying your shipping address. So again, so that I don't have to blur that stuff off, we're just going to scroll a little down there so we don't have to do that. But right below that, we have our itemization, and it now includes a shipping ground cost. So our subtotal is now $175. We can select payment here. We'll pay with a credit card, and then at the very bottom, we will click submit, so that I don't have to spend time masking this out. The next screen that pops up will be when we click submit, so you don't have to. I don't have to mask this stuff out, but we do have to click both of these boxes and acknowledge to their terms and service, and acknowledge that we are responsible for the safe and secure packaging of these collectibles. So I'm going to do that. The next page you'll see what that looks like. We don't need to see credit card information. Okay, and we click submit, and it brought us to this page right here. So our order has been completed successfully, and we have an order number here. Thank you for your order. Please print full packing slip and include it in your shipment. Click here for details for the instructions. So we have the shipping address that we need. I usually just take a photo of it really quickly because when I go to the post office, I can just pull it up from my phone. But you want to make sure you're doing the right one. So they have two options. If I'm going to send it through USPS, which is the cheaper option, and that's what I'm going to do, then you want to ship to that PO box. And then if you're going to ship through UPS or FedEx, they have a physical address that they would like you to ship to. So a little bit more costly, generally probably a little safer. So to each their own, but I'm going to go USPS. I'm not too concerned with these particular cards. And we're going to click on print packaging slip. So there's instructions here. I'll show you what the instructions look like. So they have a whole page here on how to properly do things for the protection of your card. Place into protective sleeve. Place card into semi-rigid holder. Put all your cards in between two cardboard pieces that are no larger than the cards. We'll show that in the next part of this video. Secure the cardboard pieces with rubber bands. Ensure that the rubber bands are not too tight. So I usually don't use rubber bands, and the only reason I don't is because I'm always afraid it's going to bend. Since they're in semi-rigid, that's going to bend the card. So I usually just tape the outside things. There's some risk in doing either or, I feel like. So I'm going to go with my taping method. And then it's also going to say what to put on the box. So remember earlier we were talking about whatever you selected as far as the turnaround time, you're going to have to write on the box the 2 letters. I believe I have to double check what we did. So that's that part. As far as the printing slip, this is the printing slip right here. I'm going to mask out my information, but we have my name, my information, my shipping address, shows the shipping method, the payment info, also shows the order in which the cards were inputted. The order in which the cards are imported is important because when I package them up, I want to keep them in that order as well. We're just trying to make it as easy as possible for the graders, and yeah, won't make it difficult. So I'm going to print this out. We're going to head over to our packaging station, and you'll see how I package up everything. So let's head over there now. Okay, we are at our packaging station right now. We're going to go pretty quickly because I'm running the risk of running out on my recorder with batteries. So let's get right into it. What are we going to need? We're going to need a cardboard box, which we got right here, pretty large, can't see it in the camera, but we got one of those. I just reuse my boxes. So if I get something either from a previous grader or if I get something from like Amazon or any of these shipment boxes, I'll save them if I feel like I could reuse them for shipping. Just saves me some cost there. Other things we're gonna use, little little cardboard protectors. This is to secure the cards, so I'll show you how we use those. I have 8 of them for this one. We got our cards right here in the order in which we process them. We got our CSG packaging slip, so that we're going to put this in the box as well with the order, so when whoever opens it up knows exactly what they're doing. Get a little scotch tape right there, and the last thing that we're going to need is little bubble wrap. Could be popcorn, could be paper, whatever you can do to secure the cards. So, and again, you can just save this from your Amazon shipments. Okay, so let's get into it. We're going to take our first card here. Technically, you probably only need 2 of these, one from the front and one from the back of the cards, but I'm going to do it a little bit more extensive here just for the purposes of this video. So we're going to take one of these cardboard boxes, put it down like this. I'm going to put my first card down right there. Get it in there. Then I'm going to take another one right here. Boom. Put my second card in here. Take our third. Our fourth. It's our thicker one. Our fifth. Our sixth. And our 7th. It finishes it off with a Tracy Cortez Halo Laser /99 rookie card. Okay, and then I have it like this. So now I have all my cards stacked up like that. I kind of push down with some pressure when I do this taping part. I get a decent amount of tape, and we're just going to start going. We're going to start securing it. So we'll start from left to right here. That. And we're just going to bring it all the way around. Okay, so we got that one good. Go to the other side here. All the way around. Then we're going to go to the bottom. Push it down all the way around. And then we're going to go to the top. All the way around. And that should pretty much secure it. Scotch tape isn't very strong, but it's when you have it around all four edges, it's pretty secure. So one last thing that I'll do is I'll wrap them in some type of bubble wrap. In this case, we'll just put it in some bubble wrap right here, just for some extra protection. Make it nice and neat. Close it up. Just make it easy for them to open up. And there we go. Now everything's there. We're gonna take our cardboard box, put some bubble wrap here. We'll put the cards inside, make sure our slip is in there. And then remember, if you have standard or you have, forget what the other ones are, ones that require that you write the 2 letters on the box, don't forget to do that. That way they can properly put you in the right area. For economy, you don't have to put anything on the box. So we're gonna just have to make sure our receipt's in there. We'll tape this up. You don't have to see that part. And then we're gonna head over to the post office. So we're gonna do that right now, and that's it. So let's head over to the post office.